What if I told you that there are three seemingly innocent financial habits that are silently destroying the retirement dreams of millions of Americans right now? You're probably doing at least one of these three things every single day without even realizing it's slowly poisoning your financial future. The most terrifying part? These habits feel completely normal, even responsible, which is exactly why they're so dangerous. Most people ignore these warning signs until they're 65 years old and suddenly discover they don't have nearly enough money to retire comfortably. Stay with me until the very end, because I'm going to reveal the most deadly habit that 78% of Americans practice religiously, thinking it's helping them when it's actually guaranteeing they'll work until they die. Let me paint a picture that might feel uncomfortably familiar. Do you lie awake at night wondering if you'll ever actually be able to retire? Does the thought of checking your retirement account balance fill you with dread instead of hope? Every month that goes by, you feel like you're falling further and further behind, watching your dreams of a peaceful retirement slip away while your friends and coworkers seem to have it all figured out. You've been told to save money, invest wisely, and live below your means. But despite following all the conventional advice, you still feel like you're barely treading water financially. The weight of this uncertainty is crushing. You wonder if you'll be forced to work well into your 70s, or worse, become a burden on your children. You're not crazy for feeling this way, and you're definitely not alone. Millions of hardworking Americans are trapped in these exact same destructive patterns, and the financial industry profits from keeping you confused and dependent on their expensive services. Here's what the financial establishment doesn't want you to discover. There are three specific behavioral patterns that separate financially successful retirees from those who struggle in their golden years. These aren't complex investment strategies or get-rich-quick schemes. They're simple daily habits that compound over time to create either extraordinary wealth or devastating poverty. What I'm about to share with you has been proven by decades of research and the real-world experiences of thousands of retirees who now live comfortably without financial stress. The wealthy have known these secrets for generations, but they've been deliberately hidden from ordinary working people. Today, that changes. You're about to learn exactly what the top 10% of retirees do differently, and more importantly, how you can start applying these principles immediately to transform your financial future. The first retirement-destroying habit that's keeping millions of Americans trapped in financial mediocrity is living paycheck to paycheck regardless of how much money they make. This might sound obvious, but here's what most people don't understand. The paycheck-to-paycheck trap isn't just about having a low income. Some of the most financially stressed people in America make six-figure salaries, but still have nothing left over at the end of each month. They've fallen into what psychologists call lifestyle inflation, where every pay raise gets immediately absorbed by increased spending on bigger houses, fancier cars, more expensive vacations, and countless small luxuries that feel justified in the moment, but add up to financial quicksand. The brutal truth is that your income level doesn't determine your wealth, your savings rate does. A teacher who saves 20% of her income will retire far more comfortably than a lawyer who saves nothing despite making 3 times as much money. The habit that separates financially successful people from everyone else is paying themselves first before paying anyone else. This means automatically moving money into savings and investments before you have a chance to spend it on anything else. Most people save whatever is left over after all their expenses, which is usually nothing. Wealthy people flip this equation around. They save first, then figure out how to live on what remains. This single habit creates an automatic wealth-building system that works regardless of your income level, market conditions, or economic uncertainty. The second devastating habit is treating your home as your primary investment and retirement plan. Now, before you get angry and click away, let me be clear. Owning a home can be a great financial decision, but only if you understand its limitations and don't make the critical mistakes that most homeowners make. Here's the problem. Too many people put all their extra money into their house through additional mortgage payments, expensive renovations, and home improvements, thinking this is the safest and smartest investment they can make. They've been brainwashed into believing that real estate always goes up in value, and that paying off their mortgage early is the ultimate financial goal. This thinking is not just wrong, it's financially dangerous. Your home is not a liquid investment. You can't sell your kitchen to pay for groceries, and you can't cash in your roof to cover medical expenses. Real estate markets can and do crash, sometimes for years at a time. Even worse, your home doesn't produce any income while you're living in it. In fact, it costs you money every month in the form of property taxes, insurance, maintenance, and opportunity cost. The wealthy understand that while owning a home is fine, building wealth requires investing in assets that produce income and can be easily converted to cash when needed. Instead of making extra mortgage payments, successful retirees put their extra money into diversified investments that grow faster than mortgage interest rates and provide flexibility and liquidity that real estate cannot match. Your home should be a place to live, not your retirement plan. The third and most insidious habit that's destroying retirement dreams across America is constantly seeking the perfect investment or trying to time the market instead of consistently investing in boring, proven strategies. This habit is fueled by financial media that makes money from keeping you anxious, confused, and constantly trading. Every day, you're bombarded with news about hot stocks, cryptocurrency opportunities, real estate bubbles, market crashes, and economic predictions that change weekly. This creates a dangerous psychological pattern where people are always waiting for the perfect time to invest or constantly switching strategies based on the latest financial headlines. Meanwhile, the calendar keeps turning, years pass by, and they miss out on the most powerful wealth-building force in the universe: compound interest working over long periods of time. The math is brutal and unforgiving. Someone who invests $500 per month starting at age 25 will have more money at retirement than someone who invests $1,000 per month starting at age 35, even though the second person contributes $60,000 more over their lifetime. This is the power of time and consistency, and you cannot make up for lost time with higher returns or clever strategies. The most successful retirees in America follow incredibly boring investment strategies. They invest consistently in low-cost index funds that track the overall stock market. They ignore daily market fluctuations, and they never try to time the market or pick individual stocks. They understand that investing is not about being smart or lucky. It's about being consistent and patient over very long periods of time. Now I want to stop here and ask you a direct question because this is critical for your financial future. Which of these three habits has been holding you back the most? Are you trapped in the paycheck-to-paycheck cycle, thinking that your next raise will finally solve your money problems? Have you been putting all your extra money into your house, believing that real estate is the safest investment? Or have you been paralyzed by analysis, constantly researching investments, but never actually investing consistently? I need you to be brutally honest with yourself right now and leave a comment below telling me which habit you recognize in your own financial behavior. And while you're typing that comment, hit the like button on this video because when you do, you're helping YouTube show this life-changing information to other people who desperately need to break these destructive patterns. Think about your family members, friends, and coworkers who are making these same mistakes right now. Your engagement with this video could literally change their financial destiny. Let me tell you exactly why these habits are so dangerous when they work together, which is what happens to most people. When you're living paycheck to paycheck, you convince yourself that you can't afford to invest, so you put all your extra money into your house because it feels safe and responsible. Then, because you have no liquid investments, you become obsessed with finding the perfect investment opportunity that will make up for lost time. So you spend years researching and planning instead of actually investing. This creates a vicious cycle where you're always broke, illiquid, and behind on your retirement savings, which makes you more desperate to find quick solutions that don't exist. Meanwhile, the people who break free from these habits early in life build automatic systems that make them wealthy almost by accident. They live below their means regardless of their income level. They treat their home as shelter rather than an investment, and they invest consistently in boring, proven strategies without trying to get clever or time the market. The psychological aspect of these habits is just as important as the mathematical aspect. When you're living paycheck to paycheck, you're constantly stressed about money, which makes you more likely to make poor financial decisions based on emotion rather than logic. When you're house rich but cash poor, you feel wealthy on paper but anxious about your actual financial security. When you're constantly researching investments but never investing, you feel busy and productive while actually accomplishing nothing. These habits don't just destroy your wealth, they destroy your peace of mind and confidence in your financial future. Here's what successful retirees do differently, and you can start implementing these changes immediately. First, they automate their savings so that wealth building happens without willpower or decision-making. They set up automatic transfers from their checking account to their investment accounts on the same day they get paid, treating savings like a non-negotiable bill that must be paid first. Second, they view their home as a consumption expense, not an investment. They buy modest homes they can easily afford and resist the urge to trade up every few years or pour money into expensive renovations. Third, they invest consistently in simple, low-cost index funds regardless of market conditions, economic news, or their own emotions about the stock market. They understand that time in the market beats timing the market every single time. The transformation that happens when you break these three habits is nothing short of miraculous. Instead of feeling anxious about money, you feel confident and in control. Instead of wondering if you'll ever be able to retire, you know exactly when you'll have enough money to stop working. Instead of being dependent on others or government programs in your old age, you have the freedom and dignity that comes from financial independence. This isn't just about having money. It's about having options, security, and peace of mind. Remember what I told you at the beginning about the three seemingly innocent financial habits that destroy retirement dreams? Now you understand exactly what those habits are and why they're so devastatingly effective at keeping people poor. You know that living paycheck to paycheck is a choice, not an income problem. You understand that your home is shelter, not a retirement plan. And you've learned that consistent, boring investing beats clever strategies every single time. This knowledge gives you tremendous power because most people will never understand these principles, which means you now have a massive advantage over the majority of your peers. If this video has opened your eyes to these retirement-destroying habits, I need you to take immediate action. Subscribe to this channel right now and hit that notification bell because I regularly expose the lies and myths that keep people financially trapped. Give this video a thumbs up to help more people discover these life-changing insights. Leave a comment telling me which habit you're going to break first and how you plan to do it. And please share this video with someone you care about who needs to hear this message. Your financial freedom starts with the decisions you make today, so don't wait another day to begin transforming your financial future.